Courtenay-Alberni.
Yeah, thank you, Madam Speaker. And I want to thank my colleague for his speech and for talking about Indigenous housing. Right now, we have a crisis going on, especially when it comes to urban Indigenous housing. In the Alberni Valley, where I live, over a third of the people that are homeless are Indigenous. And, you know, he cited that creating a program for Indigenous by Indigenous urban, rural, and northern housing strategy. Well, Madam Speaker, they haven't been moving forward with that. We've been hearing from grassroots organizations that they want to see this plan developed, and you know we're also hearing from people that are living the experience. You know, Alice Sam from a House It, she just was quoted in the newspaper saying that a lot of these people are going through from a place of trauma. They're not coming from a place of wanting to disrupt, and so the hard to house, they're not getting the support they need. And this is outlined in both the Truth and Reconciliation calls to action. This is identified in 4.7 of the Missing and Murdered Indigenous Women and Girls calls to justice. The government has not followed through with their commitment, whether it be the TRC or the calls to justice, with a plan, with a strategy. And they need to do this. They need to do this quickly. Lives are being lost and many people are vulnerable. And in fact, many of them are ending up on the street, and then they're becoming prey to mental illness and addictions and the opioid crisis, and lives are being lost. This government needs to stop talking, and we need real action. He talked about action. Let's see action.
The Honourable Parliamentary Secretary.
Well, I thank the member for his question and for his tremendous passion. It's a passion that I have great respect for and that I share on the matter of Indigenous housing and reconciliation overall. You know, one thing that we learned on the committee was on the Indigenous and Northern Affairs Committee is that the crisis that we face today took generations and generations to create, and we're not going to be able to fix it in 2 or 3 years. It's going to take time to build trust. It's going to take time to have the dialogue that's required. It's going to have time to even into the fine details of design and tendering and construction. These things all take time, and they can't be accomplished at the snap of a finger. But discussions with First Nations are underway in earnestness, and the National Housing Strategy, putting $55 billion into this over 10 years, is going to go a long way.